Good morning, Bros Buzz World. But by the time I post this, it's going to be the afternoon. Y'all might hear a little something in my background, but I am talking to my children on the WhatsApp. It's crazy because I have 3 adult children and they in 3 different states. So this is how we communicate. We talk on the WhatsApp. You know, everybody across the globe. So when I talk to my children, I have 2 sons and 1 daughter. I always ask, okay, well, what's the weather there? What's the weather there? What's the weather there? My oldest is in Kansas. I probably stated this before. My middle son is in Alaska, and my baby girl is in Florida. So I find myself always asking them, okay, what's the weather there? What's the weather there? What's the weather there? Crazy. I remember it was just a week and a half ago, my son in Alaska, the weather was, 51 below zero. I never in my life thought it could be that cold. And then I think it was the day last week in Florida, it was like 83 degrees. And then Kansas, I didn't know Kansas weather was little like in the middle. Like yesterday, I think there was like 40 something to like 43 degrees. I get a lot of questions. What the hell made your son move to Alaska? My son was in the military, but he finished and everything, but he went back. Found love, got married. And his wife, my daughter-in-law, she's born and raised in Alaska. I know he get tired of the snow. He said it, but that's his home. As far as my daughter in Florida, she says she just hate that it rains all the time. You get that. I said, the rain, but she said it don't last. But it's just, you just don't, it's going to come out of nowhere with the rain. My son hasn't been, the oldest, he hasn't been to Kansas that long. But I think he said he either he in the country part or something. I don't know. But one thing I can say, my children never left on a bad note, leaving here, Illinois, to go wherever. I'm glad they're doing well and everything. People like, oh, you got places you can visit. I only been to Alaska one time, though. Florida, I've been several times, yeah. But before she even moved there, I was going to Miami. And then my son, like I said, he hasn't been in Kansas that long. I haven't even been a year yet. But this is our way we communicate, Our cameras is off. Sometimes I hate that. I be wanting to see. Let me see your face. Let me see your face. But like my son in Alaska, 9 times out of 10, when he's talking to us, he's at work. But it's good to hear your children's voices, even though they're adults and everything. And, I always say my kids left me, but they are doing well, fine. And that's all that matters. Right now, talking about sports, the Bears, go Bears. But this is what we do, at least a couple of times out of the week. We might miss a week, but forms of communication. We on this app. So I'm going to jump back into the conversation and see what they're talking about. I kind of tried to mute them, but I couldn't, so I turn the volume down. But I just want to get out here and say so. Yep, 3 adult children across the globe. Crazy. I told them each one of them gonna get a go around, and then y'all got to come. Y'all got to start come seeing y'all mama, okay? Because I am getting older. Yeah, I'm gonna go visit Alaska one more time. And I'm really thinking about being brave and visiting when it's cold. Because the first time I went, he was getting married and it was in June. Yes, they have a summer. And I get bit the fuck up by these big ass mosquitoes. I'm not old, but yeah, it's about time for them. Y'all come see y'all mama. And when y'all come and see y'all bring some gifts, some cash, some something.
High volume. Am I really that?